In 2018, nearly 29,000 people asked the government to erase their student loans. 289 got a yes. That same program has now erased $87 billion, about $74,000 per person. The difference between denied and debt-free is knowing the rules. It's called public service loan forgiveness. Work the right job for 10 years, and your remaining federal student debt disappears completely. Not partially, the entire remaining balance, gone, tax-free, with no cap. And it was built for people exactly like nurses. The deal has three parts: federal direct loans, 120 monthly payments, and an employer that counts as public service. While you make those payments, they're sized to your income, not your balance. Some people legally pay $10 a month. Then payment 120 clears, and whatever is left simply vanishes. It never even appears on your tax bill. This is not theoretical. Through September 2025, 1.2 million people had their loans forgiven this way. Here's the twist most people miss. It's your employer that qualifies, not your job title. Two nurses, same unit, different fates. About 58% of American community hospitals are nonprofit. Another 20% are owned by governments. Do the math. That means most hospital workers are standing inside a qualifying employer right now, many without ever knowing it. So why did a program this generous once reject 99% of everyone who asked? Three traps. Here they are. In 2019, government auditors confirmed it. 99% of forgiveness applications were being denied. The outrage made national news. But look closer at the denials. 71% failed for paperwork, people who never filed the right application at all. Trap 1 is the loan itself. Only federal direct loans count. Older loan types earn you exactly nothing. There are borrowers who worked 5 years at a qualifying hospital, filed the form, and learned their count was 0. The fix is consolidating old loans into a direct loan, but consolidation now carries a catch we'll get to. Trap 2 is the payment plan. Pay under the wrong plan and the months pass, but the counter never moves. Trap 3 is the certification form. A wrong employer identification number, a mismatched date, and the whole form bounces back. When Congress built an expanded fix for rejected borrowers, 53,000 of 54,000 applications were denied again. Almost none of these people were frauds. They were nurses and teachers who did the work but missed the process. The traps are avoidable once you know whether your job even counts. And for healthcare workers, the answers get surprising. The test is simple. Is your employer a 501c3 nonprofit or a government body? Then it counts. Nonprofit hospitals, community health centers, Veterans Affairs facilities, state and county hospitals, Indian Health Service sites, all of them qualify. Full-time means averaging 30 hours a week, and you're allowed to combine 2 part-time jobs at qualifying employers. Now the other side. For-profit hospitals don't count, no matter how essential the work you do inside them is. And here's the one that stings. Most travel nurses are contract employees of staffing agencies. Those months usually count for nothing. One more trap. A nonprofit hospital owned by a for-profit parent company. The building looks the same. The paperwork isn't. This is why 2 nurses on the same unit can have different fates. One is employed by the hospital, one isn't. The stakes are real money. Nursing degrees commonly leave $20,000 to $40,000 in federal debt. Graduate degrees, $47,000 plus. And the average amount forgiven per borrower is $74,100. For many nurses, that's every dollar they owe. But in July 2026, the rules changed, and half the internet declared forgiveness dead. Here's what actually happened. Congress rebuilt the entire repayment system. Most income-driven plans, including the popular SAVE plan, are being swept away. From July 1st, 2026, new choices collapsed to two: a standard plan and the new Repayment Assistance Plan called RAP. RAP charges 1 to 10% of your income on a sliding scale. Earn under $10,000, you pay $10 monthly. Every dependent knocks $50 off your monthly payment. A nurse with 3 kids could see a serious discount. RAP also ends a quiet horror. Balances growing while you pay. Unpaid interest is now subsidized instead of piling on. If your payment barely dents the principal, the government adds up to $50 a month toward it for you. There's one scary number. On RAP alone, forgiveness takes 30 years. Cue the panic headlines. But read the next line carefully. Public service workers on RAP still reach forgiveness in 10. The 120 payments, the tax-free erase, all still standing. What did change for the future? New caps on graduate borrowing. If you're planning an advanced degree, borrow with a MAP. So the deal survived the rewrite. What's left is running the playbook without stepping on a single trap. In order. Step 1. Log into your federal loan account and read the loan types. The word you want to see is direct. If you find older loan types instead, consolidation can bring them in. But remember the catch I promised you. Since mid-2024, consolidating generally restarts your payment count at 0. Years of progress can vanish. Check before you sign. Step 2. Get onto a qualifying repayment plan like RAP, so every month you work is a month that counts. Step 3. Certify your employment every single year with the official form. This is the step the 99% skipped. Certify again every time you change jobs. Employer identification number, exact dates, no gaps. Boring and worth $74,000. One more wrinkle. Borrowers parked in forbearance when SAVE collapsed lost a year. Those months didn't count toward their 120. There's a repair called buyback. You can pay for those missed months afterward and make them count. Tedious, but real. And keep everything. Pay stubs, old forms, employment letters. Inconsistent dates between forms are a classic reason files get denied. Do all that, and the 99% problem becomes someone else's story. One last thing the numbers are saying. $87 billion has now flowed back to public servants. The program pays for the people who work the process. 10 years will pass either way. You'll be at the bedside either way. The only question is whether your debt survives too. Remember the minimum payment trap from our last video? Designed to keep you paying forever. This is the rare system designed to end. A nurse owing $40,000 can spend 10 years making income-sized payments, then watch the entire remainder disappear, tax-free. The rules will keep shifting. Your defense doesn't change. Certify yearly, keep proof, and never assume a servicer counted correctly. Because forgiveness was never a lottery, it's a checklist. The people who get denied are missing lines, not luck. The 289 people approved in that first brutal year weren't the luckiest applicants. They were the most exact. Next, the retirement account your hospital hopes you never read about, and the tax trap hiding inside your benefits packet.